Hey guys, today we are taking a look at our updated Black Purple Peanut Butter Luffy deck profile. We did go undefeated at our locals a few times and taking home those winner cards late season of last season and then current season now also. So we do have some of those to rip through. We did end up going to the Toronto Regionals, taking the deck to a bigger event. So we do have the event packs there, and if you do want to check that out, I do have a vlog video that is linked in the description. We got to meet up with Joku, DMD, Adakai, TCG, and a bunch of other people, so it's a lot of fun. I did save all the packs that we did receive from the event itself, so we can open for the video here. I got some for the main event and then some for doing the side event, but we'll be taking a look at the deck right now. If you are looking at this, I am doing a deep dive on the leader itself with a more high production video. We're trying to kind of step up everything and hopefully make it a little more digestible. But we'll start off with this Monkey D Luffy purple black leader that is a 4 life 5,000 attacker. Attaching Dawn increases all your characters by +1, and then once per turn on your turn, if you return 2 more Dawn, you can trigger the leader effect, which will gain you a active and rested Dawn, just refunding the actual Dawn to you, allowing you to use a free Dawn essentially. So super strong leader effect for sure. Just let me pull this deck out here so we can go through it. I will go through other changes that you may want to do throughout the deck, and then what you kind of want to do for different metas and everything, so make sure you check that out at the end. But we do start with a Searcher Law. This is a 1 cost 1k counter 2000 attacker. On play, you're able to look at your top deck for 4 cards, picking a Straw Hat or Heart Pirate card, which is going to be most of the cards in your deck. So a strong staple is a must. You're playing a 4 of, and you may want to consider playing extra searches to make this more stable. Like I said, I'll have a deep dive coming up, and then I'll also go into some extra swaps and stuff through at the end also, so make sure you do watch the end. We do play a 3 of this Zoro card here. It's a 3 cost no counter, 5k attacker. On play, you can return 1 or more Dawn, and then if you do, you ramp a Dawn, so you actually gain a Dawn, and then you leader effect, and then you get the rested and active Dawn also. So a very strong card to synergize with the leader. We do play a 3 of this one. The next one we do play is going to be our Nico Robin here. We do play a 4 of her because she is a 3 cost 4000 attacker, and she has 2k counter, so a very strong 2k, and then has a similar effect to Zoro. The only difference is you are forced to do -2 and not more than that, so you do get that active and rested Dawn also. But in a pinch, she is going to be your 2k, but if you don't find that Zoro card, she's a great addition to the deck to keep it a little more stable, and then like I said, a very strong 2k. The next one that we do play, it's going to be our Black Marie card. It's once again a 3 cost 2k attacker, but it's another 2k, but she has a very unique effect. Once per turn active main, you're able to then bring in 5 rested Dawn, match your opponent's Dawn, and then return the rest. If you return 2 or more, this actually does trigger your leader effect, which will allow you to ramp an active and a rested also at end turn, and then allow you to have the extra one for like a Gum Gum Giant or just an extra Dawn that you can then use. So another strong staple of the deck. We do run a 4 of that there. Speaking of another 2k, we do run the Usahaji here. It's going to be that 2k counter, 3 cost 3000 attacker. On play, if you have 8 or more Dawn, you're able to rest a 5 cost from your opponent's field. A great way to disable a blocker to help you go for game. It's just a very strong card for if you're going against like a starve leader where you don't want to hit their life, such as Battle Betty, or if you're going for Black Yellow Luffy, or a few characters that you kind of just want to swing board and just not really hit their life, this is a great option to rest and then swing into their board and or just go for game. But we do run a 4 of that. Another one that looks like it will be reprinted in the next EBO2 is going to be, not EBO2, PRB2 is going to be Bonclave Mr. 2 here. He's a 4 cost 1000 counter, a 1000 attacker. On play, you just ramp it on, so instant value when you play him, and then when attacking, you're able to match the attack power of one of your opponent's characters on field, which will allow you to then swing big. So if you play this early game, you get that ramp, and then you're able to match one of your characters and swing into them. And if you have something, if they just have like low costs on the field, then you just leave them standing. It's something that your opponent really has to deal with, so they'll waste resources on trying to kill them. But you can also use them late game when you know the big bodies are coming, and then it just forces them to really have to deal with it, or you're gonna get a big swing out of it also. Another card that I do play in this deck is just a 1-of. This is more of a tech card. It's Trafalgar Law himself. This is a staple for purple Kaido, so this is a tech that I always use. He's a blocker, 1k counter, 4 cost, 5000 attacker, minusing out 1 Dawn. If your opponent has 7 or more cards, you then are able to pick 2 of their cards and force them to trash them. So a great way to help control hand size for those greedy players. Puts up a blocker, and then worst case it's 1k, and it's a searchable card since it is a hard part. Next one up, we do play 3 Frankies here. He's a 4 cost, 1k counter, 5000 attacker. He's a blocker, and then on play he minus 2 cards. You pitch a card and draw 2 card. Great way to cycle your hand to find the pieces that you're going to be needing for those combinations. We do play a 3-of. You may want to consider playing a 4 of him, just because more blocker is always good. With this playstyle, it's more of a ramp and really aggressive deck, which I'll go for the combinations and stuff near the end for some of the opening hands and whatnot too. But because I do run the law itself, I tend to only use 3 Frankies. If you don't have the law card, then I would go with 4 Frankies. But a strong card, use them as a blocker and use them as a pitch, whatever you like. Very, very strong. For this also, we use this 5 cost Sanji, 6k. He doesn't have counter, but on play, if you have a 6 cost or more, you're able to KO one of your opponent's 5 costs or less, with the leader effect where you're attaching Dawn, and it does increase all characters even when you're about to play it. So attach a Dawn, this becomes 6, and then you can pop a 5. I do play a 4 of this one, more strictly because of the Grape Luffy meta, where you really have to deal with the Sanji pudding. If they do get that Sunny out, it's kind of difficult, but generally they won't have 2 Sunnies to pop 2 of their puddings up to 7. So you do want a couple of these into the Great Purple Luffy matchup, so you can clear out those bodies. Also a great card against Battle Betty, where you're trying to get rid of those Karasus or other cards that you don't want to swing into your life. But we do run a 4 of this. This one you can probably reduce down to a 2 of, depending on what kind of event you're doing. If it's a meta that still has a lot of Great Luffy, I would probably consider this. Reiju is difficult to deal with too, with them keeping a very low Dawn. So definitely want 2 to 4 of these from the starter deck there. Speaking of the starter deck, we do take 3 of these cheer or beer Luffy's. It's a 6 cost, 7k power. On play or when attacking, can minus 2 Dawn, and then your leader becomes a 7k leader until your opponent's end of their turn. So it's a way to modify your leader, turning him into a very not bricky, but a very tanky leader, allowing you to really save Dawn, because your opponent now has to attach more Dawn and resources to hit him. So it's like getting free 2k counters essentially. We do run a 3 of this, but definitely a great addition, keeping this more of a stronger deck now that Gekomori has been banned. But we do run a 3 of this. You may want to consider going up to 4 of also, depending on what your play style is. But I do like to see this in a lot of those aggro type decks where you want to buff your leader up and keep him a healthy opponents. So the next one is going to be another 2k. It's going to be our 6 cost 6,000 power Sanji. He is a blocker. If you are 2 less Dawn than your opponent, he is played as a 3 cost, and then with leader effect and on play, he becomes a 6 or 7, which is difficult to deal with. We ended up using this with some major combinations that will go near the end, where you play this big combination and then you use him because your Dawn's gonna be lower and then keep you protected. Other event cards will be able to bring your Dawn down, so you can play as a 3 cost, and then at worst he's a 2k, which is always needed in any deck. The next one is another Sanji, the 7 cost 1k counter, 7,000 attack power. On play, if you have return one or more Dawn cards, triggering your leader effect, and then essentially being able to rest a 6 cost, and then this character gain rush. A great way to finish the game or end the game, or once again in those decks where you want to control board and you have nothing to play, it's just a body that you can rest a blocker and then attack into it, or draw more counter or cards out of hand, or just going for game, just resting blocker and go for fatal. The next one that we are going to be running is going to be 2 of these categories, which is from OP11, the current set. 8 cost, 8,000 power. It's a blocker, and the cool thing about this is you're able to restand 2 of your Big Mom pirates at the end of your turn, and then also ramp Arrested Dawn. With this ton of manipulation in this deck, and a lot of, purple is just about Dawn manipulation. Being able to ramp that Rested Dawn just means you're able to play like Gum Giant or other effects where you're able to then go back to 8 or 9 Dawn to be able to play another big body such as Katakuri. Remember that the ramping Rested Dawn can be every turn, and then also if you have 2 of them, you essentially get 2 Rested Dawn returning, which is very powerful. Swinging him as an 8 and then restanding him and becoming a blocker, super powerful. Definitely consider running more of these depending on your playstyle. You probably want like 3, maybe even 4, depending on what type of high end you want. I know Joku DMD ran more of these ones in more of a not a rush deck, but more of a defense deck. Very stable. The only issue about running a lot of these high-end Katakuris or the other Luffys is it's difficult into like the Bonnie matchups and a few other matchups. So this matchup, I'll go through like strengths and weaknesses also, but we do run 2 of these Katakuris. The next up is like my favorite card in the game. Super fun to play, super cool. It's going to be your 10 drop Gear 5 Luffy, 12,000 attack power, or 1,200 attack power. 12,000 would be insane. On play, return 10 Dawn to your Dawn deck, and then once per turn, and then bottom deck your entire field, and then except for this guy, and then active main, you're able to rest 1 Dawn to activate a Dawn. So that means that you can swing out your entire board. You would drop this, put everything under your deck, and then you would use leader effect, which would ramp an active rested because you're returning 10 Dawn, and then with that extra active Dawn you can use his main, which will then ramp you another Dawn. You'll take another turn restanding all your stuff, drawing for turn, drawing 2 more Dawn. You have 5 Dawns now to work with. You can use the main effect again by resting a Dawn and then just allowing you to be at 6 Dawn, going to 8 Dawn next turn, and then have 5 Dawn to play with. At this point, if you went into gear 10 with your opponent having like no blockers or like 1 life, you pretty much end the game because you would have swung out your board, attach a Dawn to your leader swinging for 6, take another turn. You can now swing 5, you can now swing 12. Other combinations would be to put down like a blocker like Sanji. You can save 1 for Gum Gum Giant. You can use other event cards which we'll go over, such as Lightning or Top Knot, to kind of clear out some of the board, and then you can swing Luffy himself into board, taking out counter from their hand or clearing one of their bodies, and then also or going for a life, and then really setting yourself up with an 8 Dawn turn. You generally will want to only go for game if you can end it with if they're going with 1 life, but it's very powerful ramp combinations where you can actually play this when your opponent's at 6 Dawn and you're at 10 Dawn, which I'll go through the God hand, the God roll that you're gonna want to see, so that you can have 2 of these guys on field, just making it feel like an endless onslaught to your opponent there. The next one up, if this hasn't got banned yet, which it hasn't for this current set, is going to be your Gum Gum Giant. Definitely a 4 of. This is a counter card, minusing out 2 Dawn. You pitch a card, gain 4,000 attack power, and you get to draw two cards, drawing like 2Ks or maybe more pieces that you need. Definitely a broken card. Hopefully it doesn't get banned, but if it does, it's going to be a tough matchup for many Luffy, because this is one of the strongest, if not the strongest, event card that is currently out in the game, but you do run a 4 of that. The next up is going to be our 2 Gum Gum Lightnings. You did hear me talk about this using it with the Gear 5 Luffy. It pops, it's a 2 cost event, main minus 2 Dawn, allowing you to ramp that leader effect again. You're able to KO a 6k or less, generally popping blockers, popping mid bodies, super strong card. It has a trigger also, which will ramp you an active Dawn. If you take those first life and you hit this, you're gonna ramp that Dawn and you're just gonna be that much more ahead. So definitely will want to play 2 of these. You might want to go to a 3 of. 4 is probably a little too much. I think it's enough that you'll see it enough with the 2, since it is going to be searchable, but that's what we run 2 of the Gum Gum Lightning. The next one up is more of a tech card. For this one is a 2 cost Top Knot, used in the original Black Purple Luffy meta early on when there wasn't many tech cards available, but this one we do run a 2 of, because you can 1 trigger active main, and also minus 2 Dawn triggering the leader effect, and then bottom decking a 4 or less. This one was strictly in there for the Blackbeard meta. A strong Blackbeard player will know when to pitch and when not to pitch, so it can be very difficult to deal with once they do get those Jesus Burgess out. So we do run this strictly for Blackbeard, but in other metas and other matches, this is still a super strong card. This is probably one of those cards, if you're running strictly for locos, or if you know that Blackbeard it's not going to be a major part of the meta, or you just you think it's like, all right, well, hopefully I don't hit any Blackbeards. If I do, we're just kind of cooked and it's gonna be an uphill battle. But with this one, you actually do have a chance to win. You just gotta play it pretty safe. You want to mulligan for this and kind of find it, having it early on, and just kind of saving for Burgess, where they're dropping double Burgess, or when their trash is so heavy that they're gonna bring out like 9 Burgess. This is definitely what you need for that matchup itself. So that is the deck profile for what I played at locals, just because we do have Blackbeards and whatnot. Other considerations for swap is definitely going to be this Tony Chopper card. It was a part of the newest starter deck. I would probably swap out Top Knot for 2 of these Tony Choppers. Just because this is a great for up Luffy, where you're trying to really stop them from using that Gum Giant. This one allows you to rest a 1 cost character or one of your opponent's Dawn, and then also it's a 1k counter and a blocker, right? So once again, that combination where you're returning all your Dawn using your Luffy, dropping the Sanji, dropping this Chopper, or going for game where you're dropping this to rest their 1 Dawn because you know that they have Gum Giant ready. That could throw a big wrench into their play for sure, especially facing like I said, up Luffy, where if you ramp super quick, they generally don't save, they don't want to use their Gum Giant, or if they do, it's going to be difficult for them to do so because they want to stay at that 8 Dawn so they can use their Leer effect. This one does cook it pretty hard. This is great against a Bonnie also, where you want to play him and then rest their Dawn, so then when you attack you don't lose that leader rest or character swing. But that's pretty much the deck there. That's black purple Luffy. Combinations for starting hands and stuff, let me just go through it real quick here. Like I said, it's always going to be those Law Searchers. I generally like opening with Black Maria. If you can find a Robin or a Zoro and then like a Bonclave, that's probably going to be very, very, very powerful. And then definitely a mid-end such as your Cheers or Beer Luffy. And then finding one of your top ends like this is going to be great. The god opening essentially is going to be this here. I'll show you. So it's going to be your Law. You're going to open that turn 1. Turn 2, you're going to want to find your Black Maria. By finding your Black Maria, if you go first or second, it really doesn't matter. This is also a great counter to ramp decks such as Purple Luffy and Up Luffy and Grape Luffy. If they're ramping, you're ramping, and then you're going to out ramp them because you're going to be able to leader effect, because early on you're going to return all those Dawn and then leader effect and then be ahead by 2 Dawn, right? So you're gonna out ramp them. If you don't have an opponent that's ramping, it's like turn 1 is gonna be your Law and then Black Maria, which if they went second, that means you're gonna be at 4 Dawn. Next one, you're gonna be at 6 Dawn. You're gonna be playing your Bonclave Mr. 2 here, which then it's going to ramp you an extra Dawn, which puts you at 3 Dawn. 3 Dawn means you play a Zoro or a Robin. Zoro is definitely going to be what you really want to, but you can use Robin in a pinch. This will then put you essentially at 8 Dawn and going into 10 Dawn next turn. Once you go 10 Dawn, or if your opponent has low hand size, consider using like a Sanji to help clear board if their board is getting a bit wider, to delay because you are ahead. But if you want to get really greedy, essentially after this play here, you're just gonna 10 drop Luffy. After 10 dropping Luffy, what that means for you is you are at 10 Dawn, your opponent is at 6 Dawn, you swung out your board, you play your Luffy, return everything, and then use your leader effect into using your Luffy effect into attaching Dawn swing 6, and then from there you want to try to stabilize. The way you stabilize after that, if you're not going for game, which you probably won't be going for game that early on, but if you do go for game, you generally will pair that into lightning to help clear board or clear blockers that may still be there. You will also consider using the Frankie as a blocker. You can use Law if they are like buggy or something. That Law is very strong. Having that big body out is very good. You can use that Law, and then Top Knot is something else that you'll use, and then the The main thing that you will want to see also would be the 6-cost Sanji, which I should have somewhere here. Let me find it real quick. 6-cost Sanji, because you'll be at that low dawn, and then save for Gum Gum Giants, especially if you're heading into a low life. But saving one for Gum Gum Giants is always powerful because you're able to cycle those cards and hands and really protect yourself. If you are able to use some of your counter cards to kind of save your life, that's what you're going to want to do, because heading into that next turn, you're going to be heading into 8 Dawn, which generally will mean you'll play like a Katakuri or you'll play Beer Luffy. Just remember, if you are delaying or if you are super ramping but you didn't find that gear 10, this Luffy card will only work if they have 5 or more Dawn. So if they are lower and you play this early, your leader won't be that 7, so you may want to delay this playing this Luffy until after gear 5, or play Katakuri or something else instead. So just make sure you are asking your opponent how much Dawn they're at, because this deck does ramp super quickly, and then there's certain decks like Reiju that will end up being an issue where they're really low Dawn. But we did go undefeated with this, and this one was from late in the last season, which we had like a few weeks of just the standard winners from last season before the new season came out. So we did take home an undefeated early on in the season when this deck came out. Looks like we did get a winner, Rebecca. I'm not sure if I got all the winner cards I needed yet. I do have a few more from other deck profiles that we did end up winning, which we'll be trying our best to release. This one was from a couple of weeks ago early on in the season. We did go undefeated with this one, with the new meta also, up Luffy and so on and so forth. But we did get this a winner Zoro card, which is this is one of the first winners of the season I got, so definitely beautiful card. This one is going to match very well with one of my other project that I'm working on, which will be coming out soon. I'm very excited to share that, but you'll have to take a look. I'm working on a Ninja Turtle Zoro cosplay figurine, which will be releasing soon. But that is the winner card going undefeated at our locals. We did go to a major events, which was the Toronto Regionals. We do have the vlog video posted on channel if you want to check that out. So let's take a look and see what we got here. Looks like we only got 2 of them, so I won't be able to get like a full play set. Looks like we got Adio for an offline regional. I'm not sure who really uses this. I guess it's going to be Lim. Lim uses this. I haven't seen a Lim player in a while. We did see a bunch at the regionals outside events, but there's Adio, and then let's see. I'm not too sure exactly which one we are looking or wanting. I'm guessing just a playable. We got Spandine, which is going to be for your Shank deck. Beautiful card, regional offline. There you go. Is this? No, this is a block card. Sorry, it's not for Shanks. This is going to be most likely for Lucci or a Nairo deck there. But there we go. Offline regionals. We got Spandine. I think these were event cards from the regionals also. Let me take a look here. I don't think it says regionals on it, but there we go. We were talking about Lim. We got a beautiful blocker Lim. Yeah, I guess this is from regional. I don't really see any markings for it, but I'm pretty sure that we got those from the regionals. Looks like a lot of green and black cards here. But the next pack is going to be that Shanks card. There you go. I'm not too sure if many people are playing Shank these days, but definitely a beautiful card. I'm loving that foiling. You see that like blade and that hockey come off of it, but that is a Shank. I will have to see if I can find some of the other cards for the playset, because I would love to have a set, but we do have some packs here to work through also. Hopefully we get something cool, because we've been getting pretty cooked with opening booster boxes and everything. I don't think you guys really care about seeing the bulk, so let's just go right to the end here. We'll start by checking if it's a leader pack, which it's not, and then it's been a while, so this should be a hit if it is. But it looks like we did get a OP09 Searcher Law, which is one that I think we played this one in it, right? That's a 4 of. Let's see what the second card is. It's gonna be that Nami. All right, so the rest is bulk, so it doesn't really matter. We'll go ahead and go through it as quick as we can here, and we'll play guess that leader if we do see a leader. I think we just spoiled an SR there, but it's okay. We'll go through. So yep, not a leader pack, and it is gonna be the Sanji, which we also played this. I guess this is perfect because apparently we're building that black purple Luffy deck, getting all the staples that we are needing there. But yeah, this is these packs were definitely a nice surprise. These were for the 2nd year anniversary, and it has a bunch of mangas in it, so like manga opportunities. So let's go ahead and move these out of frame here for a second, guys. There we go. And we'll play that guess that leader, not that guess that leader, I guess. But looks like we did get that. Wow, every single card that we are needing for this black purple Luffy deck is coming out from these packs here. Gum Giant, you got Rust Sanji, you got that Searcher Law. Like, I guess these packs are just made for black purple Luffy. Let's go through it here. It looks like a Dawn card, so this is going to be a leader pack. There it is. So we will now play guess that leader. I don't even remember. Buggy. I think it's a Buggy. No, it's that limb. We did get all those alt art limbs. Maybe we'll have to build that and give it a try. Very, very unique deck for sure. And I think it's very affordable to get it. Trying to get this out of frame here, guys. I'm so sorry. New setup, trying to change it up a little. So hopefully you like this style of build better. Let me know what you think of it, and if we should continue like that. Not a leader pack, and then did we get cooked? Okay. Oh, we actually got a Rush Luffy, another great card. Actually, black purple Luffy, a lot of people will play that also. Great stabilizing if you want to go for more of that very aggressive play style. That one you definitely want to play maybe anywhere from 1 to 3. I wouldn't play more than that, but a 2 of is probably pretty good. And we're actually getting pretty decent cards out of these decks, so it's not too bad. So not a leader pack, and we pulled another Gum Giant. We might actually pull a full playset here. And we got a Yasop, which is great for the Shank deck there. We are kind of getting cooked for these packs though, I think, because I don't think we're getting much value. Secrets are great. I don't know if that Luffy is going to be worth that much, but I would love some beautiful alt art and not just a secret, or perhaps an actual leader. But all right, let's take a look at this. This is going to be, there we go. I asked for it and I got a Prona alt arts. And then we got a Lucky Roo for the Shank deck there. We got 3 packs left. We did hit a secret. We did hit an alt art. So that's actually pretty decent for the 10 packs that we opened. If this was a booster box, it's probably pretty dead. This is a leader pack, meaning it is going to be a dead pack. So we aren't going to get anything out of that there. But we can at least play guess that leader. That leader this time, I'm going to double down. We're going to go with Buggy. Oh, okay. Yeah, we got the Buggy. All right. We are 50% on guess that leader, guys. We got that Buggy. Let's 2 packs left. Can we hit that manga? You guys will have to let me know what your favorite One Piece packs or set is. This is probably one of my favorite ones just because it has so many beautiful leader cards, and also so many option mangas. This is a leader pack, so these are going to be your dud cards there. Here we go. Sakasuki for that limb deck, and guess that leader, black purple Luffy. We've been talking about him. He's here waiting. He's hiding. Black purple Luffy. There we go. Black purple Luffy. We definitely have almost everything we need for building that black purple Luffy, which we will have a deep dive video coming soon, guys. I've been spending a lot of extra time editing and everything, so hope you guys enjoy that. This is not a leader pack, so this is an opportunity to be an SR or an alt arts, but if they are coming all from the same booster box, we might be cooked. So let's see what we get here. It is going to be another Nico Robin, yellow one, so this is just going to be another lucky rare there. But those are the packs from the regionals. We did hit that secret Luffy and then also an alt Perona. Not the greatest, but I do love the promotional cards that we got. And then obviously I did need those winter cards for my collection, but those were from the packs there. That is your black purple Luffy. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you are looking to build some cards or build some decks, make sure you use that discount code at 41 Games for all your One Piece singles, MK27 hobbies. I appreciate you guys for watching. Check out this video here for our deep dive on black purple Luffy, or I think YouTube just think you want to watch this one here, so make sure you click up here for that next video. I appreciate you guys for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.